everyone, and welcome back to Horse Center. This Wednesday, we are no longer staying dry in Tampa Bay. I'll keep you guys updated. Right now, it sounds crazy outside, but I'm being told that you can't hear the wind and rain on my mic, so that's good. But tonight we have, as always, Swiss Army Shawn. Everything else changes about the show, but not Swiss Army Shawn. We can count on him. And our guest tonight is Keiber Coa, a very talented jockey who has ridden all over the country, over 6.5 million in earnings already, and honestly is on track to have one of the best years of his career. Welcome to the show, Keiber.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jamie. Thank you
Yeah,
guys. Bye.
so happy to have you here. Now, as I said, you are having a phenomenal 2022, and congratulations on a super successful week already. It's only Wednesday, but you had a riding double on Monday. You won one yesterday, so good for you. But why do you think everything is lining up so well for you right now to take off like that?
Um, I don't know. I guess it's a lot of hard work. I mean, this track here, you have to work hard a lot. I mean, you have to gallop a lot of horses every morning, and people like seeing that. I mean, I'm a new face here too. It's my first year here in Finger Lakes, so I mean, now going to a new track, people like seeing new faces, I guess. So, and I have a really good agent too, Bobby Johnson. I mean, he's had leading riders here for the past few years, so that's a big help too.
Awesome. Yeah, I can testify to what a hard worker you are. I love to come and take pictures at Tampa in the mornings, and I'll see you going out on more horses than anyone. I
Yeah,
love it.
I like to stay
Now,
busy.
yeah. Now, Keiber, you are from a racing family. Your dad is the very famous Keiber Coa, who won over 4,000 races, won the Breeders' Cup. I mean, countless riding titles. Just an incredibly successful jockey. But you did not always want to follow in his footsteps growing up. So, why is that? And what made you change your mind about riding races?
Yeah, when I was growing up, I mean, I've been playing baseball since I was like 5 years old. I played baseball mostly all my life, soccer, basketball. And I tried, once like you get to high school, that's when you start having an idea of what you want to do in life or whatever. I still wanted to play sports, but obviously my size, I was too small. And I tried out for the team, but, it didn't work out. And another thing too, like school, I just hated school. I didn't want nothing to do with school. And I mean, I liked the horses and stuff, but I was never like, oh, I want to be a jockey. I want to be a jockey. I didn't. I went to the races one here and there when my dad had big races, and I liked it, but I was never like I said, I didn't. It wasn't the idea of what I wanted. But then towards like the end of high school, I'm like, my dad said, "Yo, you want to give it a try?" So we lived on the farm at that time, and we had a pony there. That's when he started to teach me how to ride and stuff. Just regular jogging the horse and galloping a little bit. And then he ended up sending me to the jockey school in Panama, which they have a really good jockey school there. Like Panama and Puerto Rico are probably like the best jockey schools around. And so that's how it all started.
So, how was it with your dad teaching you the basics? I mean, obviously, he was an incredibly skilled journeyman at that time, and you were brand new. Do you think he was tougher on you, or do you think he was easier on you?
Um, I mean, obviously, it's like the first few weeks he was easy, but once I got to the jockey school and then I started working horses and stuff, he was getting a lot more strict. The way I was sitting on a horse and the way if I not to ask the horse to stool and just everything. I mean, until this day, I mean, I've been riding for like almost 10 years already. Until this day, he still criticizes me on every ride. And it's I know it's normal. It's just him. But he's trying to make me for the better. So.
Absolutely. Now, as you mentioned, you went to the Lafitte Pink Eye Jockey School in Panama, which I agree, one of the best jockey schools in the world. There in Puerto Rico, we just see amazing riders coming from there. But I'm really curious what that experience was like for you. I mean, what was your typical day there? How many horses did you get on? What was that like?
All right. So you start off at the barn, uh, early. 5:30 in the morning. You start off grooming the horse, hot walking. You learn how to tack them up. Well, over there, most of them they don't train with a saddle. They train just with a saddle pad, and and just your legs are hanging. That's how they gallop over there, and like over there in Puerto Rico, I believe. But anyways, and then we work in the mornings, gallop. Sometimes work the horses once a week, and then after training, you go to they have like an actual classroom, and then that's where you do like they have like book work, like regular book work from like regular school. They have English class, because a lot of the kids over there they don't know English, so they have to teach them English, just the basic stuff.
Gotcha. So was the
Yeah,
classroom portion hard for you? Like school, not into that, or?
it wasn't that hard. I mean, obviously, and then the English part was
Right.
really. I helped other kids a little bit, because I felt bad, but just the basic stuff.
Sure. And what was it
Yeah.
like relocating to another country without your family? I mean, were you intimidated?
A little bit, but well, the thing I did have some family that was there with me and my dad actually had an apartment there at the time because he went to Panama a lot. He went over there to ride some stakes, and sometimes he really liked Panama a lot. That's one of the reasons why he sent me over there too. He already knew a lot of the trainers there and stuff,
Sure.
owners, and it was convenient that he had a place there, So it made it easier for me to get more comfortable. And but it's I like Panama too. It's a nice country. It's really nice.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I've never been, but hopefully one day.
Yeah.
Now, 1 week into jockey school, your dad had a career ending injury. He actually was diagnosed as a quadriplegic, which he's made a miraculous recovery and can walk and do most things that he could do before. But what was that like for you? Did that make you question your career path? I can't imagine the emotional toll that that took on you, but
Yeah,
how?
big time. Man, big time. That was like you said, just like the first couple weeks of me just starting, at the jockey school, that happens, and it was really tough. It was a tough time, and especially being now, I was in a different country too, so it's not like I could have, I went to go see him at the hospital that same day or whatever, and um, and then knowing that, you know, at first they said he wasn't gonna be able to walk again. That's the first news he got. It was really tough.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't even imagine. Did it make you question deciding to be a jockey, or were you like fully committed by that point?
Um, no, I wasn't fully committed, but I also didn't want to quit. I didn't want to quit, and I felt like that gave me more motivation to keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm sure you make your dad very proud every day. So good on
Yeah.
that. But on a more lighthearted note, Keiber, anyone who knows you knows that you are incredibly athletic. You were talking about how you played sports and didn't make the team because of your size. That's like mind blowing to me because I feel like you stand out even from most jockeys who obviously are an athletic group to begin with. But I mean, we played on the same baseball team for a couple years. Well, you played, I more like daydreamed out in right field, but you were awesome at that. I mean, I've seen you play beach volleyball, and I'm like, how is this guy doing this? Like, he is not tall enough to be this amazing. Like, do you use your love of sports and whatnot to help you stay in shape for riding, or is it pretty much just ride horses and that's how you stay fit?
No, I definitely I run every day. There's no races. I run. In the summertime I run trails. I mean, I run maybe 4 miles a day, minimum 4 miles,
Wow.
5, 6, and then. But I normally do it to sweat. I'm not. I don't really do it for to get stronger or whatever. Just mostly cardio. So now that it's getting colder outside, fall's here and we're up north, so it's gonna get chilly. I gotta sweat, so I have to go to the gym now. I can't really run outside. But yeah, running is a big thing for me. I run almost every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you post your times sometimes, and I'm like, whew, okay, I'm not going to post my times because I don't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, it's incredible. And I saw, didn't you run like 9 miles the other day? I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Like when I first started riding as a buck, I like to run, but I would have never thought I could run that far. But obviously, the more you do it, the fit you get, the more fit you get. So it's good though. I like it. I enjoy it. It takes my mind off stuff, and you're exercising too. So
Sure. And we have a comment here from Willie Martinez. That's my boy. He do it all. That's true. I mean, like I said, I'm just anytime that we go and, at Tampa, it's a lot of fun. We go out and do a lot of athletic things. The weather's great here all winter long. And you're just always off doing some crazy athletic thing. And I'm like, who is this guy?
yeah, yeah, I'm excited.
Now, when you're running, you're doing all those 9 miles all at one time?
Oh yeah, it's nonstop. Yeah,
Wow. You do that in the morning, or
I go like at maybe like a 10-minute mile pace. So it's not a fast pace, but it's a comfortable pace where I can go that far and I don't get tired. Like I feel good. I'm not like I don't even feel tired after a run now. Really. Yeah.
just keep bragging that up, man? How do you do that in the morning, afternoon, night?
No, I like to go in the afternoon mostly when it's like the warmest outside, and so I could get a good sweat on. Yeah.
Wow. So what this move to Finger Lakes? How did that all come about?
So this past winter I was at Palmettos down in South Florida galloping for Tom Proctor, which is Tom Proctor. I mean, I owe a lot to him. He's been there for me for the last 6-7 years. He's given me a chance. I ride a lot. I ran a lot of winners for him. I was galloping for him down there, and I was looking for somewhere to go for the summer. I was trying to get an agent for Prescott. I was trying to get an agent maybe for Canterbury. I mean, Finger Lakes never came up to mind, but I was just searching to see where I could go. And Harry is a good buddy of mine. He knew I was looking for something, and he told me, "Hey, what about Finger Lakes?" My old agent, because he had him. He had the agent I have now. He had him last year, Bobby Johnson. He said he's looking for another rider. He's like, if you want to get a chance, I could talk to him, and that's how it started. So I also owe a lot to Harry. I mean, Harry's a good buddy of mine. He pretty much gave me the chance to give Bobby that call and make the move up here.
Now, do you have goals before the beginning of the year? Like how many wins you get, stuff like that?
No, not really, not anymore. Because business. I mean, I don't know. Because in my year, I don't know, my career, I have a good year, I have a bad year. And in the winter time, I don't really try that hard of ride because I go to Tampa most of the time. So in Tampa, it's really tough. Tampa, I always just like to get a nice gallop job, and then ride my horses like here and there from people I know. They'll ride me on the side, and I usually don't get an agent down there, but just to get through the winter time, but not really. I don't really set goals really. I just try and get the opportunities to ride and see where it goes.
Reason I asked that is your second full year racing, you had 43 wins, and that's your career high. Right now, you're at 27.
Yeah.
So you're 17 away from breaking that.
Yeah. No, I'm like here a lot. It's just, and this is my first year, like I said. So hopefully, it's setting up for a better year next year. I got to meet a lot of new people here. They seem to like me, and I'm just getting the right opportunities, and I'm working hard. Working hard is paying off, so it's good.
Do you have your ideal race that you prefer, like a shorter and longer in front, coming from behind?
I prefer long races. I do prefer turf, but we have no turf here. But yeah, turf is my favorite. I love turf, and definitely longer races. I believe I think I'm better at.
Do you have a favorite horse in your career?
Not really. Not really. Yeah, I've ridden some pretty good horses, but nothing really come to mind really.
You have any horses that you're riding right now that you're like, when you get on it, you're really pumped up about?
Yeah, definitely. Here, I've got to know a few good horses here. This horse called Uno. I actually won a couple races for him here for Mike Ferrer Senior. He's actually entered next week. I think Tuesday, I believe. He ran in a stake last week. We tried him in a stake, but I think the no LASIK got to him because the stakes here you can't run on LASIK. So that's sometimes a big issue for some horses. So, but next week he's back on LASIK, so hopefully he'll be tough there. But
So, Keiber, this is more of a selfish question, but you're a super fun person. Every time that you come to an event, I know we're all going to have fun. So, where are you headed this fall or winter? Do you think you're coming back to Tampa Bay or somewhere else?
yeah, that's the plan right now. I'm going back. Yeah, I missed it. I just missed it last year. I didn't go last year, but that's the plan as of now. Tampa, yeah.
Yeah, we missed you too. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I can't miss your wedding either. I gotta be there for your wedding.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited that you RSVP'd. So you were talking about how Harry really helped you out. You kind of have a reputation for being a bit of a social butterfly. You've got like friends all over the country. You have some super close friendships, like Harry, you mentioned, Olaf Hernandez. We know you guys are like 1 and 1A. Can you talk a little bit about the racetrack family and what that's meant in your life?
No, definitely. I mean, it obviously depends what track here. Like here, this is a new track for me, so I didn't really know a lot of people here, and but like you said, like Tampa is like no, a home for me. I think my first year there was 2015, I think 2014, but every year at Tampa, you know how I mean, I've made so many friends there and close friends. They become like brothers. Between Gallardo, Pablo, Willie, Eddie Joe. I mean, Jose. Everybody, and there's always something going on. It's like a family. There's always something going on. We celebrate any holiday together. It's a good. I like it.
Yeah, Tampa's a special place. Like you said, it's one of the saltiest jock colonies out there. It's hard to even get any mounts, let alone live mounts, but we have a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And Willie's got another comment here. He's definitely coming to our wedding to light it up. LOL.
Yeah. I'll be the flower boy. Okay.
So how has the jockey colony been at Finger Lakes welcoming you?
Not bad. I mean, it's obviously everybody works hard for their own, and a lot of tracks sometimes they don't like new faces, they try to keep, but I knew a couple people here already, and but not bad. I mean, it's there's a lot of older a lot of older riders here that have been doing good here for a long time, and but here, this is like I said, this is the kind of track I think where as long as they see you working hard, you gotta, like I said, you gotta get on maybe eight minimum a day. As long as you're working hard every day, you're gonna ride. You're gonna ride. You're gonna get the opportunities.
Our Terry A asked, would you ever want to ride on the West Coast?
I tried it when I went there as a bug. I actually won my first race at Santa Anita.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I tried it a couple times. It's a really tough spot to get in. I mean, you gotta have either a really good barn backing you up or a really good agent, to get in. I never tried Golden Gate, but South California is a tough spot to get into.
No doubt. And we just have. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I just have a fun comment here from Sarah Schaefer, friend of the show. She's awesome. Should I bring the Jello shots? Sarah, your Jello shots are welcome anywhere, anytime.
So any other tracks besides Finger Lakes, Tampa Bay, any other tracks you'll be riding at?
Not that I know of. I mean, I like to ride. I've ridden at a lot of tracks. I like to get to know some new tracks. I mean, Canterbury seems like a really nice track. There's a bunch of tracks. I mean, Golden Gate looks cool. There's a lot of tracks that that haven't been to that I'd like to go to.
Yeah, Terry votes for Golden Gate. That's his home right there. So
Yeah.
There we go.
he's always trying to bring more jockeys into Golden Gate.
Yeah.
Especially fun ones like Keiber.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll invite you to his house so you can do whatever you're doing at these parties that everybody loves. How about the HISA rule? Has it affected you at all? The whip?
Not really. I mean, I wasn't like me as a rider. I don't really abuse the whip really. Um, I think I'm a more. I'm kind of I'm pretty patient and just try not to. I'm not as aggressive, I guess you could say. Trying to whip with the whip or nothing. And what was a pain, kind of like switching sticks. We had to like get rid of all our old whips and buy the new ones. That's probably the only the part that sucked. But the six whips. I mean, it doesn't really bother me at all, really.
And we have
Robert
another.
Bryan.
Sorry, go ahead, Shawn.
Yeah, Robert Bryan says Delaware ?
Oh yeah, Delaware. I love Delaware. That's where I was before here. I mean, I rode at Delaware from 2015 for like 5 years, and Delaware is definitely one of my favorite tracks.
They're another one that seems very competitive. A lot of different jockeys are there.
Oh yeah, well they're like in the middle. The thing about that track, they're like in the middle of Laurel, Monmouth, and Parks. They're right in the middle, and then, well, this year they changed their schedule to kind of like the same days. The weekend, like from Wednesday to Saturday, whatever it is. But before it used to be like kind of like Finger Lakes from like Monday during the week. So that you had all the Maryland riders right there during the week, and then they went back to Maryland on the weekend. So it was tough. And but it's definitely you have a lot of good outfits there. You have the Fair Hill Training Center that's right there, like 30 minutes from there. I mean, you have the best outfit. You got Grand Motion there, Sugar McGay, he has horses there. Trombetta. I mean, it's a really good track. You ride for a lot of good people there.
You've ridden at a lot of racetracks. Which one would you say is your absolute favorite?
Man, I don't know. It's tough. That's a tough question. I like a lot of tracks. I want to say maybe Churchill. Churchill was a cool track. I mean, because it's always packed, and the track, like the racetrack, just looks and feels like you're like at a big stadium. Just how big the grandstand is and stuff. It just feels like you're at a football field or something. It's really,
yeah. And the lights, that helps.
right. Oh yeah, at night racing. Yeah, it's nice.
That's interesting because I actually saw a comment where somebody went to Churchill for the first time and they actually thought it would be bigger than what it actually was.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Churchill's huge. Every time I go there, I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm from Beagle Park, so everything looks impressive to me, but still, I think it's awesome there.
Yeah, I mean, the big screen. The only thing that sucks is obviously the area. The area is not the great, but well, the track's really nice.
Was there any jockey you've ever shared the jockey's room with that you were kind of starstruck, or because you were brought up in this business that never really happened?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few riders that I'm trying to think. There's a lot of good riders, especially when I was riding in New York. I mean,
we mean besides Willie Martinez, of course. Anyone else?
No, yeah, a lot of. Well, when I was a bug in New York at Aqueduct, Ramon Dominguez. I mean, just watching him ride, like I think he was one of my favorite riders after my dad. Really, I mean, watching him ride it was really nice to see him ride. I mean, he had the nicest hands on a horse. I mean, he knows how to relax the horse really well, and he was like a magician riding. Really, he was a good rider.
What do you think your strength is at riding?
Man, I don't know. I think maybe I want to
mention patience. Yeah,
my patience. I think patience helps a lot, especially on the turf. Turf is it's a lot of patience, but I think that's probably one of my top things is patience.
And what's the one thing you think you still are like really learning that you could take to the next level?
I don't know. I guess maybe just being more a little more aggressive. I guess like on the short races and stuff. Yeah.
Is there one besides HISA now, all that? Is there one rule change you would make if we said, "Hey, you're in charge of horse racing"?
Man, I can't really think of anything right now. I mean, I guess like the 6 whips, it's tough on some riders. Some riders, but I feel like maybe if you're like going head to head with the horse, down the lane, they should be able to give us a break or something, because that one whip could make a big difference. That especially with horses that actually respond, because there's some horses that don't even need it. They maybe a little tap and that's enough, but there's actually horses that really respond to that whip.
Yeah, we get that comment a lot, actually. And we were just discussing yesterday the Aqueduct or Albuquerque handicap. I apologize. The winner of that race got disqualified because they hit the horse 11 times. Now, had they hit the horse 10 times, the horse would not have been disqualified. It ended up costing the owner $108,000. Like, ooh, that's, yeah. But we got another comment here from Robert Bryan. Ramon is one of the nicest guys I ever met. Class act. And we have a question from Terry. Hey, do you like riding fillies or colts more?
Man, that's I think fillies. Fillies are more. I think you get more out of fillies. I think for sure. And I feel like they're more. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Durable is the word, but they're just more honest. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they respond really well to like a quiet, patient rider as well. Someone who's not like trying to change up everything about them, just
Right.
kind of go with how they're comfortable.
You can't be as aggressive with them for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And horses and people.
Yeah.
So besides riding horses, running 9 miles a day, what else do you do?
I don't know. Now I just got a new puppy, so I'm kind of busy with him now. He entertains me a lot now. I was really kind of big into video games. I like playing video games sometimes with my own friends. Harry. I mean, I ride plays. A bunch of guys play. And sports too. I mean, we like here. I played basketball here a few times with the guys here. For softball. I like doing anything really.
You take the puppy to the track?
No, I wish I could take him. Yeah. Yeah.
Easier to sneak puppies on the backside at Tampa. Oh, I shouldn't give away our secrets.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you got anything else, Shawn?
No, that's all I got. I was glad to talk to Keiber. Sorry about the social media mistake earlier this week.
No,
that's my fault.
I've been dealing with my name since I was in school. Like, every time you had a substitute or whatever that you have new teacher, they don't know the classroom, like the kids in the class. They always said my name wrong. I had like 4 different names, and it's still the same thing. People call me Keebler, Keiber, Keiber. My dad's name. It's always never old. So
what's the one that bothered you the most?
They don't like I said, they don't even bother me now, but I don't know. It was kind of when they thought like my dad, like they would just confuse me for my dad's name sometimes. But it's just like I said, I'm used to it now, so it's no big deal.
And we had another comment from Terry. Hey, great jockey and interview. Yes, Keiber, thank you so much for taking the time to come on here today, and really looking forward to seeing you soon in a few months. Tampa's right around the corner, but be glad you're not here right now. I can't believe you guys cannot hear that. It is so loud, but good.
Yeah, stay safe. I saw it pretty rough.
Yeah, it's getting pretty hairy out there, but supposedly it's gone a little bit farther south, so Tampa Bay should not be hit as hard as they originally thought. Fingers crossed. We got the sandbags up, we got everything ready, so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I appreciate you guys for the opportunity for this, and it's a good deal you guys are doing here. I like seeing all the new riders you guys have and stuff. It's cool.
thanks. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. All right. Well, you have a great night.
Thank you. You too, guys.
Bye,
Thank you.
Keiber. Got you again.
You haven't missed yet, I don't think. So
I
don't even
know.
count
I'm
it
100% win.
anymore. Then you should start betting. You gotta start betting.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't like to weigh the horse down. The horse that I want to win, I never bet that horse. I bet the other horse. I weigh down the other horse, and then my horse can win.
So okay, so it's a win. It's a win-win then. You can't
Exactly. Why would I want to lose twice? You know.
lose. There you go.
But
There you
yeah,
go.
so Keiber's awesome. He's like close friend of mine and Willie's. We love him. He's so much fun. I mean, literally one of the funnest people on the planet. Like I said, if you know he's going to be somewhere, you want to try and be there too, because it's going to be a good time. Okay, so as far as news goes, we got a few things here. Sorry, guys. I'm not as smooth as Rich. I probably never will be. I try, but
There you go. You're giving out compliments to Rich. Rich said he wanted all the compliments you give me. There you go. It's happened.
Yes. Okay. So this was pretty shocking. Florent Geroux, did I say it right?
Yep.
I feel like I should say it with a French accent. Florent Geroux. I don't know.
There you go. That's pretty good.
He's making the switch. I mean, we saw the big news not too long ago with Jose Ortiz making a switch, and now we've got Geroux switching agents from Bradar to Panago. These are just some crazy names for me. I'm not struggling here today, guys, but yeah, kind of shocking. They've been together for 13 years. Obviously, he's had an incredibly successful career. How many Breeders' Cup wins? Like, I don't know, a ton. Oh, Rode Monami Girl. That's got to be one of my favorite horses of all time. So decided to make a little change, though. And I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was very shocking. And the Bradar family was shocked, too. Doug's married to Kaiten Bradar from FanDuel TV as well. And they're both shocked. So they didn't see this coming at all. After 13 years, I'm sure you didn't see it coming. And Pennick, I don't know how to pronounce the name neither, but the agent that Geroux's going to represents Manny Franco as well. So,
right.
So I'm not sure what Geroux. I mean, Florent gets around the country. You know, he rides for Brad Cox a lot. I know he was moving out west or going out west to try that. I don't know if that will still be the case because this guy represents Franco. So I don't know what the long-term move and effect is for this. As always, though, you wish both guys going their separate ways the best. I mean, they'll both bounce back up and have success with other people.
Yeah, I saw the Bradar has no plans thus far to take another jockey. I think he's still like, whoa, which
it just happened. You know, he apparently got no heads up at all. So, like I said, though, like everything else, hopefully they both bounce right back up. And I mean, Florent's the one taking the gamble here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I agree. Stay tuned, right?
We've seen a lot of jockeys switch agents lately.
I know,
not
it's
sure.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. And then also we have Life is Good in the Woodward. It's grade 1, getting ready to go to the Breeders' Cup and face the amazing Flightline, which I'm extremely excited about. I'm not sure how much of a challenge this is going to be, though. There's only 4 other horses in the race, right?
Life is Good scared everybody away from this race. And, you know, I think that happened. You know, we had John DeSilva on the other day, and he said, you know, certain trainers, you know, they wanted to know who was in the race, and depending on who was in the race, they weren't going. And I think that's what everybody complains about New York and California. I think that's what happens in a lot of these races. I mean, they don't want to go up against Life is Good, which I will say, though, the check's pretty nice for second too. So I don't know. That's a part of the sport that they definitely got to fix. To where we want everybody to try to beat the best. Instead, they're picking their spots where they have a better shot of winning.
Yeah.
To each their own.
I get it. When I was a trainer, I always tried to pick the softest spot, even if it meant a lower purse or a different track, because you want to not break your horse's heart. Because sometimes those horses that are super competitive, they know when they don't win and they are not happy. So some of them, you just got to build them up and make them think that they're amazing. And if they get distanced by some horse like Flightline, they're like, oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Don't you think, or at least I've heard this a lot, that's more important to fillies than it is colts, to where their confidence is really a big issue?
Gosh, it sounds like it probably would be, just knowing how a lot of fillies act in general. My experience training, which I don't have a ton of experience, I only trained for a few years, but I didn't really have that. I more had a gelding who was very, but he might just be the exception, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll get back into training and I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, there you go.
And then also, this is just fun. King Charles inherits Queen Elizabeth racehorses. Apparently Thursday will be the first start for the horses now that they are under his ownership. I'm excited to see the really cool silks come back with the red and the purple and the gold. Very iconic. So I thought it was interesting too, though. Apparently no one knows how many horses that she had or how many horses he's inheriting, because that's considered like private, not public information. Whoa. I just thought that was bizarre, but happy that the racing dynasty continues, right?
Yeah, it is nice that it's staying around, but that's odd because you would think that would be public, or there'd have to be some way to look that up, you would think.
I don't know. I mean, this is just according to this article. I couldn't really look into it much further because, I have 4 kids. So I was a little busy.
Yeah. But, that's surprising, though. But it's good that those horses are staying under that team there.
Right. And we got another comment. Robert Bryan, stay safe. Thank you. We're trying. And from Terry, hey, love your show. So much fun. Aw, thanks, Terry. We love you.
Yes, we love when Terry's on as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And we are thinking about everybody in Florida, and hopefully everybody stays safe and gets out when they got to get out and everything like that.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who have lost power, but knock on wood, I don't know, maybe it was meant to be that I can just do this show and as soon as we cut out, my power goes. But
don't say that.
All right. So what have we got going on, Shawn?
So next week, we're not going to do the Players' Edge tomorrow. We were going to cover Belmont at Aqueduct, but with the 5-6 horse fields, it was just going to be Rich and I. Didn't have a guest lined up yet. We're just going to cancel that. Sure. So the Daily Show will be back tomorrow at noon. There might be the International Show on Friday. And then obviously we have our NFL show Friday night at 10 o'clock. I'm working on a guest for that show too. And then next week for Horse Center, Rich is back. It's Rich and I. And Monday we have jockey Dana Whitney, who's currently riding a pen here. Yeah.
I love him.
He won a lot at Mountaineer.
Yes, he won a lot from my ex, Scooter Davis. They were like, I think that Scooter kind of got him started in the business, actually, if I remember right. Yeah.
There we go. And then Tuesday we have Tom Amos. Coming off, what was it, 6,000 wins?
Yes,
just how exciting. Did it go? And then Wednesday, we have jockey Jamie Rodriguez, who just has been on a tear at Delaware, winning like 14 of 24 races. He won 8 in a row for 8 different trainers at one point.
That is wild.
Yeah, so I don't know how much everybody knows about Jamie Rodriguez, but we'll find out more Wednesday. He's been winning a lot, but we don't see him on a lot of shows. And that's what this show's good for, is showcasing people that we don't really get to talk to. Because we know not all tracks interview jockeys and stuff. So I will say, Jeremy Rose, shout out to Jeremy Rose. He helped me get Jamie Rodriguez, and Jamie Rodriguez called me right away, and just over the phone, 2-minute conversation, real nice guy. So another guy that'd be great to get to know.
Very cool. And I love all of these. There are so many people in racing. There are so many people. It really takes a village just to get one horse to the races. And, we all love the Bob Baffert and Irad Ortiz interviews, but change it up a little bit. It's like we hear from the same 10 people in racing all the time, constantly. Like there are millions of people in racing, so let's hear from a few other people.
Yeah, and I think anybody that has anything bad to say about racing, they should be on the other side of that and get to talk to these people, because you would totally have a different take. Like I said, the stuff I experienced Saturday, like you don't see that stuff on TV. Like,
right.
It was amazing. So I think more people need to experience that, and it needs to be showcased more instead of these negative stories all the time.
Yeah, I think that the horse racing world is one of the most welcoming communities in the world. I mean, I'm biased, but I love it here.
Saturday I had that little lanyard that said TBG FanDuel, stuff like that. Nobody questioned me, really. Nobody really. Some people didn't know me yet, but they didn't question me. They left me do my thing, and they were welcoming and nice. So, yeah, I mean, everybody says about the tight circle, and you got to get in that tight circle. But at the same time, they do welcome newbies right in, and they'll teach you everything you need to know too. So,
yeah,
that's not every business.
Right. Can you get me one of those lanyards?
Next one.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in again. Hope you had fun. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. And we hope that we see you in the
winner circle.
Yeah.